This is another beautiful morning. This is another wonderful day that the Lord has already made. And we should rejoice in regarding it. We are in a beautiful time, a wonderful moment that we will tell God the Lord has made, that we should rejoice and be glad in it. This is a wonderful devotional morning coming for you from this wonderful frequency with the voice of grace on FM 88.5, courtesy of the Christ Living Center. Beloved, as you know, that we are in a situation where God alone can be glorified. No man can be glorified here now. The situation is all over the world. It's not like something that maybe is part of some part of the world and then not the other side. It's just everywhere. And one person is the remedy. One person is the solution. And that person is Jesus Christ. He's the remedy and He's the solution alone. That is where we found ourselves already. But one big thing that gives us assurance and happiness and joy and peace is that our remedy is ever willing, ever ready to help us out. It's ever ready and is ever willing. And that is our anchor, that is our joy. And again, the biggest blessing is that the trouble itself do not have power enough to stand against it. We are facing a trouble, an enemy that is weak, cannot stand against our helper. That is a big thing, something that is of joy, something of joy, a thing of joy, a thing of happiness, a thing to rejoice about. Our enemy is facing our helper. The enemy cannot stand our helper. So the enemy lost the battle again. Beloved, as you know, the terrific time we found ourselves, that God is working on the clock to bring all His children to safety. You just have to be convinced, be assured that you are safe, because our Father, who loves us all, is working so strongly to bring you to safety. By the grace of God, we are on once again to our series which we have been dealing with all this year. It has been the gospel or tradition. And I've told you, shown you what tradition stands for, what the gospel stands for. In tradition, you see what has happened. People live under some rules they made up for themselves, under some rules they created. That's what they do. And you see in the gospel, people don't live under some rules they created. They live under the control of their faith. What they believe becomes what they live. That's what the Bible said, the just shall live by faith. But in the tradition, they are not living by what they believe. They had to live by what they were told. They're living by tradition, by regulation and rules according to their elders. Not necessarily according to God, but according to their elders. That is the way so many people are living. According to their elders. Rules according to their elders. Not according to the scriptures, or according to their faith. Eventually, God did not say that the just shall live according to rules. God said the just shall live by faith. So if the just do not believe, what do you expect? Where the just is no longer having faith, he will live by tradition. The moment he lives by tradition, is giving up his righteousness. He's giving up his righteousness. And God do not want us to stay unrighteous. God do not want us to stay out far away from being righteous. God wants us to live righteously. Eventually, nobody can be righteous by just living on his own. You can be righteous when you live by faith. But consistently, what we see are people trying by themselves to live for themselves, not for the gospel, not for God. But we are supposed to live for God. We're not supposed to live for ourselves. And that is why our life is a life of faith. If you look at what the Bible says in the book of Romans, the Bible says the just shall live by faith. The just will not live just as they want to live. God has prescription for righteousness. God's prescription for righteousness is faith. The only way to be righteous before God is that you have to believe. You don't just become righteous by your own set of standard. You created your standard, you created your own laws, and you want to be judged according to your own laws. You cannot be justified by the way you want to live. You can only be justified how God wants you to live, not how you want to live. How God wants you to live, not how you want to live. So if you know you are ready to go with God, you know you are ready to go with God, then you should be ready to live by faith. You cannot go with God living on your own. You can go with God when faith is there. God do not walk with us just like the other people, the other guys are doing. It's not exact find pleasure in us being weak or being in trouble. He does not create problem for us. He never wanted us to have problems. He do not let us become victims. He do not want us to be failures. He wants us to be success. Make sure we are success. He wants us to be success. Make sure we're success. He wants us to be victorious. He makes sure we are victorious. That is the way God works. We will not be failures. But that is exactly how God wants us to be. Victors. That's what God will say. We are more than a conqueror. We're more than conquerors. Why are we more than conquerors? We're more than conquerors because that's exactly how God wants us to be. More than conquerors. We're victors. In other words, failure is not part of us. Failure is not part of us. God is never working for us to be failures. He's never working for us to be weak. But sometimes we get weak. Somebody will say, but God doesn't want us to be weak. Why are we weak? Coronavirus is weakening us. You will not understand. The virus cannot weaken us. Coronavirus can only make us be stronger. Yes, it makes us to be stronger, not weaker. Because we are more determined to pray more than ever before. We are more determined to serve God more than ever before. We are more determined to walk in the will of God more than ever before. Why so? Because if you are a warrior, you do not go to war when there is no reason to fight. You go to war when there is a reason to fight. So, we are going to get stronger more than ever before. People live in panic, in fear, and there is no any reason why we should live in panic or live in fear. People live totally confused. There is no any reason why we should be confused. You can only be confused when you have no God. When you have no God, that's why you should be confused. As long as the God is still on the throne, there is no any reason yet for being confused, no any reason yet for being worried or for being full of fear. Beloved, don't forget, I said this is a devotional coming for you from this wonderful frequency radio voice of grace on FM 88.5, courtesy of the Christ Center, located at 32 Freetown Road, Wilberforce Village. As we come together in faith, in prayer, the Lord will keep us moving forward. He will not let us down. He will not let us face frustration, backwardness, or anything at all that causes trouble. God will not let us experience none of them. God will keep us together, moving forward. We will not be down, we will not be disappointed in any way. It's not God's plan that we be disappointed. It's not God's plan that we'll be down. So whatever comes in the name to bring us down will only make us stronger. Because God never planned for us to go down. And God's plan, nothing on earth can change it. It cannot be diluted and it cannot be changed. At this time, I want to remind you that our devotional are a series. And our series has been the gospel or tradition. The gospel or tradition has been our series. The gospel or tradition. Yesterday, if you remember, we were in the book of John, chapter 8. Jesus said to them, "You believe in him, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So the amount of the truth you know depends the amount of freedom you enjoy. The more you know the truth, the more you got the freedom. And how do you know the truth? You know the truth by one means, by Jesus Christ. Because the Bible says, he is the way, he is the life, and he is the truth. So you want to know the truth, you know Jesus Christ. You want to understand the truth, you understand Jesus Christ. And how do you know Jesus Christ? By faith. If you know that you want to know Jesus Christ, you know him by faith. The Bible says by faith we understand. So the more you want to have an understanding about Jesus Christ, about God, you just need to have more faith. The more faith you have, the better understanding you will have. The more you believe, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more you operate. Or the more you manifest, so to say. The more you understand, the more you manifest. The more you believe, the more you understand. That's been the principle, men and brethren. That's been the principle. As we have seen, the book of John chapter 8, Jesus Christ does not dwell in tradition. Even though he was born by a tradition. Now, that you were born in something doesn't mean you will live in it. There is always room for improvement, room for growth, room for another dimension. Most of us, we stay strong in our tradition, and we were guided by tradition. When there was nothing to profit in this tradition, we held on to it. And it is not in the mind of God that we hold on to it, or we live in it, or we continue in it. It's the mind of God that something better than tradition is given to us. Eventually, that which is better than tradition is never given to us. We live under it, and nothing seems to work for us. Though we're there, it's not working, but we still want to be there. That's what some of us do. Now, let me get to the book of John, St. John chapter 5. John chapter 5. You will see something there. Tradition versus the gospel. I will take it all from verse 15. The Bible says, the man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus which had made him whole. This guy has sick for 28 days, 28 years, or 38 years he has been sick, suffering paralysis. Jesus came in and raised him again and healed him. His people were supposed to be happy that he was healed. They were worried that their tradition was broken. They were worried that their tradition was broken. They did not mind about him being healed, but about their tradition being broken. They cannot help him. Their tradition cannot help him. Now somebody has helped him by the gospel, and they say they don't care about his help. They are only worried about their tradition. Some people do not mind about where and what God will do to help them. They are only worried about their tradition. So the tradition cannot help them. Their tradition cannot heal them. Their tradition cannot deliver them. Their tradition cannot guide them to the way of success, but they are just comfortable with the tradition. They want to be in that tradition, whether it works or not, whether it's working for them or not. They are comfortable with tradition. They are not satisfied that their brother is well. They are worried that their tradition was broken for him to be well. Eventually, Jesus Christ will break protocols just to bring forth something that will help somebody out. Like you are, I want you to know that coronavirus came in and he defied every tradition. He defied tradition, beloved. This is something that naturally, when the gospel comes in to defy tradition, people question. Now, everybody is under arrest. Coronavirus have arrested everybody. And I can tell you, now after that coronavirus have established its own tradition, the gospel comes in again to defy it and send it out, pack it. And after that is done, we will still not even turn ourselves to faith. We will try to return back to the old tradition. That's the nature of a man. He doesn't like the truth. He likes the lies. He likes what fits in his mind. He doesn't like what fits in God's mind. When God says, all that he needs is faith, man says, no. We have to make something happening. Faith is not enough. Something else has to be added up to it to make it look very vibrant, to make it look more important. If nothing else is added, it doesn't look organized. Man wants to organize it. Man is now thinking or claiming to be more organized than God. And that's why what he says is not enough. Until our own is added, we are not satisfied. The just shall live by faith. We have to add our own. No. The just shall live by dressing a certain way. The just shall live by going to certain places and not going to certain places. The just shall live by doing certain things and not doing certain things. We have added our own. We make our own to even look fearful. In short, our own is the charge. In our own, the just shall live by our tradition, our doctrines, our regulations and rules. This person is just for us, not for God. Not for God. So they questioned this guy. And he's telling them that he found that Jesus was the one that made him whole. And look at verse 16. And therefore did the Jews persecute Jesus, and sought to slay him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. Did you get it? To them he broke their tradition. Jesus was simply making their tradition to look important. And now they say he broke the tradition. Imagine how many times the tradition becomes your obstacle. The church regulations, the rules becomes your obstacle. Imagine how many times. I remember a dear beautiful lady, very beautiful lady. She walked to me one beautiful morning, walked to my office, and then the next thing she said to me was, "I'm confused entirely in life." I wanted to know what is behind her confusion and her tiredness in life. Something was behind it. And she said, "I have done everything I could do. I cannot find man. No man, and I cannot get married. I have done everything I could do. Everything I was told to do in the church, I've done all. I've given tithe completely, faithfully. My offerings are on the increase by the day. I faith seed, I'm sowing seed consistently. My hair is covered as I was told, very consistently, regularly, both home and outside. I've been dressing, covering everywhere, not longer going to club, not doing anything like be on the streets. Dressing as I was instructed to dress, everything I'm supposed to do, I do them correctly well. But I do not know why I cannot have man to marry me. I can still not get married. I don't know why. This is a question begging for millions of answers. She don't know why. I cannot tell you at least certain things when God is, when you understand the scriptures, when you understand the word of God, you might not need to pray to get an answer to them. The answers have been revealed long before you even want to do the prayer. I looked at her very well, and I said to her, "Sister, I'm a man of God. I don't know about the idea or the mindset of your pastor, but me as a man of God, that you can see, I will not be able to want you for marriage. Think about that." I said, to be honest with you, you're very beautiful, but this way you're living, I'm scared. Myself will not be able to marry you. She was shocked and wanted to know more about what I got to say. I said to her, "You are too dirty to my comfort." She used what she used in covering her hair. It was terrible. The hair had a bad odor. Why do you think that when you deal and punish your body just to observe a tradition, then you make God feel good about you? No. The Bible says, "For without faith it is impossible to please Him." If you want to please God and you think you will please Him by trying to suffer your body or dress a certain way to appease certain people, to make them feel good about you, they will not make you to feel good about God. Those things are only going to make you to please certain people who want it to be that way. They will not make you to please God, since He didn't send you to do that for Him. That lady, she looked at me again. She said, you mean you are encouraging me to use cosmetics?" I smiled again. I said to her, "Maybe Queen Esther is in hell. Maybe." He said, "No." I said, "Well then, she used cosmetics. It's for you guys, you women. What is the cosmetic talking about? The cream? Are they not all part of the cosmetics? There's perfume. How about Solomon and his fiancé in the book of Songs of Songs? She used perfume. Solomon used perfume. And they all cheer each other and admire one another for using perfume. And you know what it means. The perfume itself with the cream. These are all about The cosmetics. Somebody tells you it's a false appearance. To use cosmetics make you to appear false. Do you see how people can be reasoning? So God really answered Queen Esther's prayer and made her appear false. So God is part of that conspiracy. Is that what you're trying to tell me? He made her to appear false to King Xerxes, so he will take her for queen. Are you really kidding? That is how people have fomented tradition. They created tradition. And they want us to dance to this wonderful music. The music they are trying to play for us. But they are already successfully play for other people who are already dancing alongside with them. The music of tradition. Tradition